Hey guys, it's Mary the Medium, and we are here for Mary. What do you see? I've got Jason, and I've got some very special guests with me tonight. I got Viv Verma, Rock Verma, and Amy Bregy, and we are talking with the Masters of Healing. And you couldn't get a better group in the house. So while I'm going to sit back, we're going to let these masters talk about what they know. Now we've got Jason. Jason's got a few words to say, and then we'll get on with the show.
All right. Well, welcome to Mary. What do you see? Hello, Mary. Before we
Hey.
forget, our little whatever that fair use. Okay. And do you want to do your disclaimer, Mary?
Oh yeah. So my personal disclaimer, guys, is what you hear come out of this mouth, okay, is strictly from spirit. You'll see me talk to spirit. You'll see my eyes go up, back and forth, my hands. But what you hear me say is coming directly from spirit. So, and it is for entertainment purposes only. I have to say that. so Jason. So let me tell you what happened last night. I went yesterday, guys. Boston Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, and I kind of played a little bit for Vib and Amy to hear. Rock, you didn't hear this, but yesterday I took my nephew to the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, and I'm taking pictures, and I have the gift to be able to take a picture of an inanimate object and have it talk back to me, like the actual artist of the piece from the 1400s, or a spirit that might be floating around. But I played one of them for Amy and for Vib. It's a beautiful opal necklace, because they had a jewelry section there, like jewelry through contemporary jewelry. And this man goes, "Hi, Mary," on a necklace. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then another piece, I'm like, oh, it's okay. I've seen better. And one of the spirits there said, "Oh, don't be a bee." Don't be a bitch. Because I said, "Oh, I've seen better jewelry." And of course, obviously, it must have been the maker of the piece. She got very upset because I said that. And just lots and lots. That's strange, isn't it? I mean, it's crazy. So I went to the gosh, what is it? It's the artist that cut his ear off. What was his name?
Van Gogh.
Yeah, Van Gogh. I went to the Van Gogh thing. So I'm hoping that when I touch on some of these photos, because they're always live photos, when I touch on them, that maybe Van Gogh will come through. And if it does, I mean, this would be astounding. But
We'll
right
be tuned
now,
in.
What?
We'll be tuned in for that.
Oh yeah, right? No kidding. So anyway, guys, so the reason I wanted to have these people on is they are masters at their craft. Vib does meditation. Rock is a meta energy healer. And Amy is a Reiki master. So you couldn't learn from a better group of people. So Vib,
Yes.
I met Vib, guys, back in 2014, 2015, when I was out in Palm Springs and working out there. And I walked into this lighting store, and there was Vib with his collar sticking up on his polo shirt. And I
Still out.
thought, oh, you still have it? Yeah. And I thought, oh my gosh, this guy must be stuck up or something. He's got his collar up. And little did I know, this is the most calming presence that you ever would want to be around. Now, Vib also does classes in meditation. So, Vib, why don't you tell all of our viewers? We got Evie, Joyce, Chantel, Ilaria. We got a bunch of Carrie. We got a bunch of people.
A little bit of your info.
Yeah. So this is how
We'll
you
bring it up
get in
later,
touch
but
with Vib. Mind and body awareness for a balanced and fulfilled life. Viv Verma, online and private coaching. Here's his number. His email is onebeingaware@gmail. So Viv, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, how you got into this, and tell us, because I don't do meditation like I should. I'm really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Well, the way I started was when I was a kid, maybe 7, 8 years ago. I remember. I mean, my dad and I couldn't sleep, and my dad would come by and say, just watch your breath, and I would sleep. Like I was doing that from age 6, 7, whatever it was. I don't remember. And
Wow.
then officially, I did Vipassana in 2006, and that was 10-day retreat. So I did that, and that's where my journey actually started. Once first day I sat there, as soon as I sat there, and I said, I've been here before. There's almost that feeling that I've done this before, and so it just started from there. And then I was practicing on my own. We practiced 2 hours every day, one in the
Wow.
morning, one in the evening. So, and that kind of puts the whole 24 hours in frame. So we get in that state for 24 hours. And it just so happened in the Palm Desert Library, they had a meditation teacher who left. So they contacted me, and that's where I started teaching. And what I teach is only Anapana, which is the beginning of that Vipassana, but it gives benefits. So that's how the journey started. It's been
Okay.
almost 17 years.
So what are some of the benefits?
Yeah, that's a good question. The benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Everything.
everything. People think they want to meditate so they can go to heaven or they can go get nirvana or whatever. Okay, but that's not true. That's a you might get there. Not everyone's gonna get there, but
Right.
no, you might get there. So the benefit I see is now anything that happens to us. Okay, what happens? We look at it and we go, do I like it or I don't like it, right? So that as soon as I like something,
What? Hang on. What is that noise? Do we have interference? Are you hearing an
yeah.
interference?
No, that was me. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
your
that was
brother was doing that, Viv. Okay.
So see what happens is anything that happens to us comes through the sense organs, right? Eyes, ears, smell, touch. As it comes to us, what do? We say, I like it. I want more of it. I start craving for more. On the other side, if I don't like it, I say, I don't want this anymore. Okay. So now, if I want more of something and I'm not getting it, it causes suffering.
Right.
On the other side, I don't want to get sick. I don't want, people I love to die, pass away, or move on, or then I'm miserable again.
Right.
So that's how we react all day long. All day long, we are putting whatever coming to us in one basket or the other. And on
Okay.
both sides, we are suffering. So this practice there's many ways of meditation. The ones I do is it teaches us to leave everything in the middle without craving or aversion. And by doing that, we are happy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. I'm hoping it takes away a friend's Pop Tart, infatuation. He started.
Yeah.
It's like when you said cravings. I'm going.
Even that, obviously, that's
Right.
craving. The day you won't get it, what's going to happen? You're going to be miserable.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Mary, do you see that friend when you look in the mirror?
It's,
Your pop star.
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not me.
So,
All right.
so
So anyway,
that's
okay.
what it does. That's what it does. It gets you
Okay.
away. See, again, if I want something, I don't get it, I'm angry. Or if I'm getting something I don't want, I'm get angry. I get upset. I get anxious because I don't know what. See, the other thing that happens is there's past and future, right? Past is gone, but we cling on to it.
Right.
On the other side, future, we don't know, so we're anxious about it. So both sides, we are suffering. And this teaches
Gotcha.
us to live in this present moment.
Okay.
And if we live in the present moment, what happens? We are peaceful because present moment has no future, no past.
Right.
There's nothing to compare to, right?
Okay.
So whatever it is, it's perfect. It is
Right.
every moment is a perfect moment. And our life is nothing but a collection of moments.
Right.
I can't live the moment a second ago.
Right.
And I can't live the moment the next second ago. It is going to come in the future. So that's the whole practice. So try teaches us to live in the present moment and without craving and aversion. So that's what this meditation, the one I teach. There's so many others. I don't want to talk about them because
Okay. So how would a person begin? Okay. So I love what you said
mm,
because with my job, with what I do, it's very rare. I'm in the moment and then I'm out. I'm in the moment and then I'm out. And I think maybe a lot of people I
mm,
know, um, in the moment, out. You know, and so for me, meditation is very, very hard, given dealing with my gift. Because I constantly have the spirit
right.
realm here or out there in the yard or everywhere I go, like the museum. So how can I take the hyperactivity, put it aside, and live in the moment? What would you suggest people with gifts do?
See, the thing is the mind, if you sit back and see the mind is either in the past or in the future, it's always running.
Right.
We need to settle it down, and the only way to do it is by practicing the meditation. What's
Okay.
going to happen is if you sit for 10 minutes, you might get 5 seconds where you're aware of what you're
Right.
supposed to do. What it's doing is it's slowing the mind down for those 5 seconds.
Okay.
And then you keep on trying, that five will become 10, 10 will become a minute become
Okay.
two.
Okay.
So slowly and slowly you will get there. The
Okay.
only thing is, only way to do it is practice because all these years, everyone's been doing the same thing. They're running, they're running, they're running. And if
Mm-hmm.
you, some people get nervous if they look at the calendar and there's nothing there. They feel they're
Right.
not alive.
Right.
That's not what tells you you're alive or not, right? They think
Right.
that if my calendar is full, I'm alive. I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. No. Try sitting
How?
for five
Yeah.
minutes without doing anything.
So, how do you calm besides sitting down? Should we close our eyes? Should
Yes, that's
we?
that's the whole practice. But
Okay, close
before
our
I
eyes.
get before I go there, I want to give a
Okay.
little background about the practice because that
Okay.
is kind of important for
Okay.
you to understand where and why. Because
Okay.
this whole practice is very scientific, and I want to
Okay.
present it that way. It's not blind belief or anything. It's scientific. It's an
Right.
experiment that we all do together,
Okay.
and you see the results. And because if you're not seeing the results, it's worthless to me, right?
Right.
That's the idea. If you're going to spend 5, 10 minutes trying to do this, you got to get benefit from it. So the whole practice sits on a, say, a table with three legs, okay, like a tripod. Okay,
Okay.
I'll give you the Pali words and then I'll give you the translation of that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's Shila, Samadhi, and Pragya. Okay, Shila is morality.
Okay.
Okay, why do we need morality? Because we want to purify ourselves, right?
Right.
So you need morality, and every society wants that. Anyway, you don't need police to do that. You should police yourself for that.
Right.
Samadhi is what we're going to practice, the meditation itself. And the third one is pragya, which is they're all important. The pragya is wisdom.
Wisdom.
Now, can anyone tell me what's the difference between knowledge and wisdom?
Eight.
See, knowledge is somebody else's wisdom.
No. Okay.
No.
See that? I read scriptures. Mary just told us that this is what happened when she went to the museum. That's my knowledge.
Right.
Till I see that proof, then it becomes my wisdom. So that's
Would
what this practice is like.
experience be wisdom then?
Exactly, the experience. So everything else
Right.
is blind faith.
Right.
So there's no blind faith. You have to practice this, see your result, and then it becomes your truth. That's
Okay.
very important part of it because don't believe a word I say till you practice and you get the results. So that's why it's very contemporary and scientific and modern. So that's why I want to give that background. Now, a easy way to understand this is H2O. If I say you're going to say water, right?
Right.
But how many of us have gone to a library, I mean, a lab, and put two parts of hydrogen, one part of oxygen to make water? We haven't.
No.
So that's our knowledge. That's a blind faith. We believe because, oh, that's what we hear all the time. So in this practice, you don't do that. You do the practice and then get the result. So now, once we understand that, the question is now, what are we going to be meditating on? There's so many ways. People chant, people light candles and look at them. To me, that's concentration. Lighting a candle and looking at it is concentration. It's not meditation, right? And some people stop thinking, try not to think. That's not meditation either, because self-awareness, this meditation is you got to be aware of what's happening in here, inside me. And so it has to be something to do with you. If I light a candle, that candle is sitting there and I'm here. There's no connection between it. A wind comes, the candle is blown, I'm still sitting here. There's no connection here. Are you with me there?
Yeah.
Right? And people chant. Okay, you chant, it creates a bubble around you. So the bad energy doesn't come to you. But
Okay.
what happens to the bad energy that you're holding in? That doesn't go out either. You're not working on that.
Okay.
So that's another way. So we select our breath as our object of awareness. Okay. Remember I said awareness. We're
Awareness.
just aware of the breath. So and it has to be a normal, natural breath, which means the breath you're breathing right now without even thinking. Why? Because that's a reflection of your mind. What happens when you get angry? You start breathing heavier, right? What happens when you're anxious? Some people stop breathing.
I breathe faster. I
Yeah.
get angry. I hold my breath.
See, that's what it is. See, everyone has their own different ways, but the breath changes.
Right. Okay.
Apart from the breath, actually the enzymes start flowing. Your entire body reacts to it, right? So that's why the scientists now they're saying if you're angry all the time, if you're anxious all the time, your BP is high,
Huh.
right? You get all so many diseases
Yeah.
because of that, because of the mind, because mind and body, mind and matter is connected. So this practice teaches us that too, how it's connected by practicing. So now I'm watching my normal natural breath because it's a reflection of my mind and my being. Very important. It's not pranayama where you control the breath. It has to be a normal breath. So the next question is going to be where? Where do I observe it? Okay. At the tips of the nostrils, the rings, or the little triangle below it, right here. Wherever you can feel that breath coming in and going out. Okay. You can try it now. Take a little deep breath and see where you can feel it touching. Okay. Now you know where it's gonna. That's where your awareness has to be, at that spot. You're not following it in. You're not following it out. That's that spot. Very important. As
Okay.
if
So
you are don't
everybody practice this.
right a
Okay.
little bit, so you know where you want to be, where your awareness has to be. and it's awareness, so we're not controlling it.
Okay, so we're
Very
closing our
important.
eyes, we're breathing, and we're feeling it right here in the
Right,
triangle.
right. So now what you're doing is you're not falling it too far in, you're not falling too far out.
Okay.
The third important thing is we are not verbalizing. I am not counting 1, 2, 1, 2, or I'm not saying in and out. I'm just being aware of the breath coming in, the breath going out. You get that? Very important. Okay. So that's the whole practice. And by doing that, we know where my breath is, where my mind is, and you'll notice the mind wanders away.
Yeah,
The breath
mine
is going to
did.
change. That's fine. Just bring it back. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's sit with the eyes and mouth gently closed because we're breathing through the nostrils.
Okay, so eyes and mouth closed, right?
Closed, yes. If you're wearing glasses, you can take your glasses off.
They're off.
And that's what Jason, yes.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
back,
eyes and mouth closed. Okay.
back and neck straight.
Okay.
You bring your entire attention to the entrance of the nostrils, the rings of the nostrils, or the little triangle, wherever you feel that breath coming in and going out. Remember, it's your normal, natural breath,
I'm
which means the
sorry.
breath
I've been
that
sick.
you breathe without thinking. Since you're doing it for the first time, you can take 2 or 3 controlled breaths, not too deep, just to get the awareness again. Because if you're doing it for the first time, your mind's going to keep on wandering all over already. If your mind wanders away, it's okay. Just bring it back and start again. Just make sure your eyes are closed and your awareness is established. If your mind keeps wandering, you can take 2 or 3 controlled breaths and then let go. Use the control breath as a training wheel of a bicycle. So you use it for 1 or 2 breaths and then let go. Because the awareness has to be of your normal, natural breath, not of the control breath. If your thoughts arise, let them pass. Pay no attention to them. When the mind wanders away, just bring it back again and start again. It's the nature of the mind to wander away. Keep trying. Just a reminder, there is no verbalization, no counting, not even in and out. Just the breath coming in, breath going out. If the thoughts arise, let them pass. They are like the clouds in the sky. They form and then they pass away. The mind keeps wandering. You can take 2 or 3 control breaths again and then let go. It's like we are taming a wild horse. The mind wants to run and run. You keep trying, sooner or later, you'll stop. Back to the breath, coming in, going out. You're not controlling it. It's like you're sitting by a river and the river is flowing. Your breath going in, going out. Try to prolong the awareness as long as you can. As you maintain the awareness of the breath, you'll notice that the breath settles down. As the breath settles down, your mind and the entire body settles down with it. As that happens, the breath settles down further. Stay with the breath as long as you can. You can gently open your eyes. So how was it?
I had a white horse in a field come up to my face.
Okay, that's good.
Was that where I was supposed to be?
No, it doesn't really matter. It
I mean,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what shows up. You all you have to be is aware of it.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was having a hard time. And then all of a sudden, it's like I felt myself go up, and it was a beautiful, beautiful green pasture. And up comes this gorgeous white horse. Comes
Yeah.
right up to my face.
Yeah, you see so many things. Depends on where you are, where your mind is, where your mental state is.
Uh
And
huh.
yeah, so that's everyone sees something different. But now do you understand that the
Uh huh.
the the wisdom. See, now that's your wisdom, right?
Okay.
And that's the experiment we did. This is the wisdom you have. Now, the other thing, did you notice as you are aware, did the breath settle down?
I had to rein myself back in.
But even then, did you feel calm? Let me ask that.
Yes, I
Yes,
did.
right.
I did.
Everyone did. Now,
Yeah.
this is the first time you're doing it. It was like five
Right.
minutes, 5, 6
Yeah.
minutes. Now, why was it calm? Why do you feel calm? Because I'm sure in that 6 minutes your mind was all over the place,
Oh, yeah. Mine
right?
was.
But it was aware for a little bit here and there, wasn't it?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. How about you?
So,
Mary was riding a white horse. So were you all?
so, so basically, Amy, you chatted something. I couldn't read that.
Oh no, I just want. I'm gonna have to get a charger. My phone's
Oh,
gonna die.
okay.
But
Oh,
I, w- I did want to say that I have some meditation background, but I
Uh,
love your explanation, and it really helped with the concentration of where the breath is coming in versus bringing the breath in,
right.
and where it's coming out. Just being aware of that instead of like bringing
Controlling
it.
it.
Yeah.
Instead of controlling it. See, because now if we are not controlling it, it's a reflection of your mind. And that's what I was trying to get to. It felt calm, right?
Hmm.
Why did it feel calm?
Because
Because,
I wasn't doing anything.
yes, and you were aware whenever, for whatever seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you were aware of the breath. You were in the present moment.
yeah.
And like I said, there's no future, and there's no past. It was a perfect moment.
Right.
That's why it calmed you down,
Hmm.
even for those few seconds. Now imagine if you can live like that 24/7.
Wow.
You don't have to die to go to heaven. This will be the heaven, right?
Wow.
And then bug Mary about it after. But you know, but
Mary's
that's
off in the field with animals.
yeah. So see,
Right.
that's the whole practice. I mean, that's the practice, and
Right.
that gives you the calmness. Now you are in charge. Again, you're not reacting to whatever is happening. You're just observing it, because
Hmm.
no matter what it is,
Hmm.
sooner or later it's going to change.
Yeah.
Everything we know in this universe is changing. Nothing is permanent, right?
Right.
So all we're doing, we didn't react that, oh, why am I doing this? We were not getting angry about it. We're not getting action. We're just
Mm-mm.
observing the breath as it was. So as it is, as life happens to us, moment by moment, we're living it moment by moment.
Right.
And so
God,
that's, yeah.
you're so wise. I mean, seriously, wise beyond your years there.
Mhm.
You know.
Thanks.
How can people, can we put up Vib's card one more time so that way. Okay, so guys, if you want a meditation coach, someone to take you through this, here is his contact information. One being aware at gmail.com. Telephone numbers on there, but email one being aware at gmail.com. Please get in touch with the master of Vib Burma for meditation and healing.
And I do Zoom sessions as well.
Okay,
And
super.
the coaching, the way it works is I've worked with people who have suffered, losses,
Yeah,
husbands, wives, kids. I've worked with them, and they see this process and see how everything is changing. They experience it, and that changes them.
yeah.
People. There was one guy who couldn't sleep for a week,
Wow.
And after 2 or 3 weeks, he comes to me and he said, I'm sleeping 8 hours without
Wow.
any medication.
And these are some of Vib's sayings. Only a still mind can reflect clearly.
Right? Because if the mind, imagine that lake, if it was not still, you won't be able to live through it. That's why we have to get the mind. And
Calm.
again, equanimity, we're not putting anything in the craving or the aversion basket. We're staying equanimous with it.
Thank you so much, Vib.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, I
Think how
mean,
much our society keeps our brains not calm.
see,
Uh,
normally I would do another session. It's called the metta session, but maybe we can do it next time.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So,
I mean, definitely going to have all
bef-
of you guys
right.
back.
Before I leave, I want to give this to the audience. Now, I've given you this. Okay, how do you use this? Very important. If you don't use it, you're not going to benefit from it. What
Right.
I recommend is every morning, 10 minutes, find a quiet place. Try
Okay.
to sit in the same place, not in your bed, because you'll fall asleep,
Right.
because it will calm you down. Find a quiet place, sit there for 10 minutes, put a timer on, turn your phones off, and 10 minutes will feel like lifetime. But sit the 10 minutes till the alarm goes. Your mind will be all over. I won't be there reminding you to come back. But you keep doing this and do it for 2 weeks and see how your life changes. But I tell people I'm not Uber. I can't take you anywhere. You got to do this. Like a physician. I've given you this prescription. You got to take the medicine every day, 10 minutes. If you do that and see in 2 weeks how your life changes.
That's great. Because usually, first thing in the morning, I'm like, oh my God, I'm
Exactly.
late.
And see, you start with that. Yeah, you start with that calm and quiet mind, and then you go
Yeah.
from
Right. Thanks, Viv. Thank
sure.
you.
Okay,
You're
Thank
be
you.
grabbing,
well.
Carrie, Carrie
grabbing
says
turtles
that.
on your way to work.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I called Jason on the way to work. Oh my God, I'm so late.
Yeah.
Now, the next guest, guys, we have is Rock Verma. Rakesh or Rock has been sending me healing energy for how many years now?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Oh, it's been a long time, and let me tell you what. And I'm like, is this guy for real? So anyway, so I'm laying in my bed in Florida, and I said, okay, I'm going to take the energy. I could feel the healing energy that he sent from California, and I'm in Florida. That's how powerful this man is. Okay, he is known as Rock Verma, and Rock, I want you to tell everybody watching tonight what it is that you do. You heal with your hands and you send meta energy out. Am I correct?
The same matter which Vib is talking about, which when we do Vipassana, after usually an hour of Vipassana, we send loving metta there is no word in English for that. We can say amity, you can say loving kindness, you can say uh, all these things combined, we send to the world. And when I do the meditation, I have about 50, 60 people whom all over the world whom I send this to.
That would be me.
I try, I try to do it twice a day, morning and evening. And there are days when I don't have that much time to do it, like an hour sitting and then doing it. So at times I skip, like I think this morning I skipped. And today I might skip because this is the time usually when I'm sitting.
Yeah. So, so tell, how did you find out you had the ability to heal?
There was a gentleman, I met him from a friend. He introduced me to him, and then he was saying that he said, you have power, you have medicine flowing from your elbow to your hand. And I was like, what does that mean? He said, well, you can heal people. I said, okay. So I didn't pay much thought about it. And then after a few months, I had gone to India. I was visiting my cousin in India, and he was telling his daughter, he said, hey, you're not studying. Tomorrow is your exam. And she said, oh, I have this terrible headache. And I said, hey, let me see if I can be of help. So I said, hey, someone told me that I could heal. So if you're okay with it, I could try it. He said, oh, uncle, you want to make me a guinea pig? And I said, hey, it's fine. If you don't want it, it's okay. And then my cousin is like, let's try it and see what happens. And then she said, okay. And sure, I just put my hands around her head. And within a minute or two, the tears started flowing out of her eyes.
Mhm.
And she started going, oh my God, oh my God. And she's saying, oh my God. And I'm saying, oh my God, inside. It's like, I don't know what is happening. So when her, oh my God, were a little too many, I stopped. I said, what's going on? And she said, I don't know. This tears kept flowing. I just can't stop them. I don't know what's happening. So I said, okay, how's your headache? He said, a little better. I said, we'll study then. And then I came
Wow.
back here. And it so happened the first day I joined my work, the lady came over and she's, because with Indians, they think that we can do stuff or whatever. And she came in and she said, hey, I don't know what's wrong with my stomach. I have, or maybe I took something over the weekend or something. I'm not feeling well. So, what do you think? I said, in our culture, we say that if anything to do with stomach, don't eat anything but rice and yogurt. So I said, go eat yogurt. And she said, yogurt. I said, just by eating yogurt, I'll be fine. And now I'm thinking the yogurt should be proper yogurt, not the one you find in,
Wow.
these are chemical yogurts. The yogurt, real probiotic yogurt is a cultured yogurt. So I said, instead of explaining all that to her, I said, if you don't mind, just sit if I can do something. And she sat down. I put my hands around her head and she started sweating. I said, okay. She said, she took a tissue paper and started wiping, and she's sitting there. And after a while, she stood up. I said, what happened? She said, I had this blocked ear for so long that opened up. And now I started thinking,
Wow.
okay, what is this going on? I knew nothing about her blocked ear. I knew nothing about it. And this is happening. So I said, I'm not doing anything. They are doing it. They know what to do. So I was people at my work. They were like one person. He had vertigo, and he said that the doctor said something is in his ear. They have to take it out and do this and do that. And he said, I cannot sleep at night. So I said, okay. He says like, can you heal me? I said, I don't heal anyone. It's you guys do it yourself. So I can try. I can do what I do. So he sat there, and I gave him a session which I don't touch people. I just put my hands around them and I go throughout the body.
Mhm.
And I could feel that if I'm in certain area where they needed more, I can feel that they're asking for more energy in those spots. And then I'll just move on. And I did all that to him. And then I didn't see him for a few days. And then,
Wow.
hey, how's your thing?
Rock?
I'm
Rock?
feeling,
Did we
yeah.
lose Rock?
Oh,
No,
you can hear me?
I can.
Yeah. Yeah. We got you back. Yeah.
Oh. So what was that? I don't know.
So
Yeah, any
now,
question?
have you? Yeah, the energy that you send. Okay, you call it meta energy, healing energy. How? Okay, for instance, you told me what to do. I have to, in order to accept energy that you send.
Right.
Okay, I have to. I
That
was
is
laying down, and you. Okay.
that is something actually I when I'm sending it, because people didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what it actually is. What I send is going to you 24/7. It is not that when I'm only texting it and saying that I have sent it, that is not the only time
Right.
it's coming. It's coming 24/7. Once the energy starts flowing, it will flow all the time. And I
Right.
don't have to even have my hands up. I mean, while I'm talking, I could send it to all of you right now.
You,
Yeah. And
wow.
when, yeah. And then when you receive it is like when you saw the text and then you feel down or something, you want to take that energy. The best way to take that energy, what I'm saying is, let it go to your navel because that's where you started with everything. Let it
Right.
go to your feet, to your toes, and from the toes you bring it back up, and then let it go flow off through your head. And that's when it's taking all the bad things which you don't want out of your head. So that is the process. If you start doing this, actually, if you really think about it,
Mm-hmm.
you are doing meditation at that time. See,
Okay.
let me go back to what I think about all this thing is.
Okay.
When you are born, it is one cell, and that cell knows everything about you. It knows. I mean, that cell has all your DNA and everything. It knows how to make you, how to take the nutrients and then convert that into a human being, which is you. So it's basically, and you started with one cell. Now there are trillions and trillions of cells in you. So each cell in you knows how to make you. Today you eat a banana, that it knows that how to make that banana into Mary. So you are the manufacturer. If there's something wrong in you, you should be able to be the first one to know about it and should be able to heal it.
Right.
That is my theory. So when what I do is I just introduce you to you and you take over that thing and then you heal yourself. That is my theory. I don't do anything. I send the energy to that lady and I wasn't concentrating on her stomach. I was just concentrating on sending the energy. That's all I was doing. And
Okay.
she took that energy and her body told her which that energy is needed most. Well, the body knew that upstack stomach, well, probably in a day or two it will be fine. It was not some, but that blocked air was what was needed before and
Gotcha.
her body sent it, cells, each cell sent it to her, and then her
Understand. So, okay. So you send the energy, and the body that you send it to heals itself.
itself. That is my theory.
Okay, that's your theory. Okay. So, and I remember taking it in through my navel, and I could feel this energy from all the way where you sent it, which was out in California. I, it was an incredible experience, and I thought, wow. And so I let it travel down to my feet, and then I shot it right out of my head, taking everything with it when it went. And so, guys, so if you want to get on Rock's mailing list, okay, let's put up the card for Rakesh. Okay, so healing. Okay, so what is your email? What does
I'll
that say?
make it much easier. I'll just say ROCVERMA@gmail.com. Rock Verma
Rockverma at gmail
gmail.com.
dot com.
Yes.
ROCVERMA at gmail dot com. Wow. I mean, and Rock, you and I go back several years with this, and I remembered, guys. Okay, so Rock had a health issue, and it was touch and go for you, touch and go. And I was in touch with Viv and your family when this was happening, but I literally saw Rock Soul travel. and I went to find Rock when his soul was traveling, and it was touch and go for Rock, and I found him, and I think it was you, Vib, correct? I
Yeah.
said he was in the mountains, and I saw all of these masters of healing. They were on the other side. They were all dressed in white robes, and there was Rock, and I was remote viewing, but I found Rock. And so when Rock came back to us, he said, I heard that I was traveling. Where did I go? And I said, well, you were in the mountains. And then I also saw you at a temple, or I guess that's what you would call it. It was beautiful. It was all golden, what I saw, or it could have been white at the time, but it looks golden. And so you want to tell them you were in the mountains.
I was in the mountain. I mean, when I woke up, the first thing I asked my wife was, where are we? Are we close to Ohio in the mountains, or where are we? She said, why? I said, I was in the mountains, and
Yeah. Yeah.
there was this golden light all around me,
Mm-hmm.
and there were people, uh, some gurus who are giving summons to different groups, and I
Mm-hmm.
just saw all that, and it was beautiful. Actually, the mountain was, there were big caves, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
inside the cave, and the caves were glowing. I mean, they were like all like
Yeah.
golden.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
And
been to that beautiful golden light, except for the guy behind me, Michael. He like shot down in front of me and said, nope, you're not going in. So I'm so glad. I'm
You
so
got work
glad
to
I
do.
found you. I'm so
yeah,
glad.
because all these the people who were giving summons and all that, they're looking at me, and they were like past me. It was like I wasn't even
Uh-huh.
there for them. So I was like, why aren't they calling me? I would like to listen to what they are saying, but no one, they didn't even look at me. I mean, they were just passing by.
Yeah, it was not your time. So and I'm glad it wasn't, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you guys would like to be on the receiving end of this healing meta energy, it's ROCVERMA at gmail.com. Rockverma at gmail.com. Rock, thank you so very much. An
And
Yeah, thank you.
yeah,
incredible gift, yours and
yeah,
Jim's.
Jeff from Vegas, he contacted me too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Good. I
and,
told him he needed to.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Super. And I'm
My
sure you guys you'll get some more people here. I know Shabby Gab
Elizabeth, I mean, they're all on my, you can call it mailing list or healing list.
healing list. Yeah. I want to add another person on there. And I'll send you her contact information. But guys, feel free to reach out to Rock and receive that healing energy. It really does work. Um, so, any words of advice for the viewers, Rock?
uh, the thing is, when we are young, what happens? When there's a kid, what do you say? Hey, look at the plane, look at the car. We don't say, look inside what you have. You have everything in you. And
Yeah,
you got
Mm.
to know that everything is inside you, and do some meditation, and then you will find that all that thing which you have will start coming out.
yeah,
And you will see the world differently, like Viv said.
that's great. Thank you, thank you.
Sure.
Yay. So everybody get on Rock's mailing list for the energy, for the healing energy. And next, you've been waiting a long time, Amy Bregy. So I want everybody to know. Okay, I met Amy the other day. We were doing a cold case, and we were doing Tiffany Arona. and we were working with a friend of the family. And so we went to this really nice lady's house, Nancy, who will be on the show on Thursday, with her dog Lola. I read Lola when I was there, by the way.
I figured you had.
Yeah, I read Lola. I'm like, who's this other dog running around with Lola? It was a dead dog, and it was
Hmm.
Nancy's previous dog. And so anyway, but I met Amy, and we were talking about the case, about where Tiffany is. And I did a video, I did an EVP session, and clear as day, a door opens on my video. And so I really loved what Amy had to say. Amy has a lot of talents. She's a psychic
After
medium. She is a Reiki master, guys.
this is book,
Now,
yeah.
yeah, there's the card. Aromatherapy, sound healing, energy healing, tarot. She does tarot classes. Tell everybody about yourself, Amy.
Well, it did all start with Reiki a long time ago. I was actually working with a person that was helping me through natural childbirth. And she's like, "You've got quite an incredible energy about you." And I said, "Well, what do you mean by that?" And so she proceeded to explain to me what Reiki was about. And I've always I've heard things and felt things that other people didn't. And I just kind of, I didn't really get into it that much. I dabbled with the tarot, but I didn't really get into it. I went through some different religious paths and learned a lot from all of it, and landed. But Reiki is what opened the door for me. Um, so she taught me Reiki, and what Reiki is kind of what you two were talking about, is kind of meditating on yourself, and you're meditating on energy centers that are contained. It's called the chakra system in your body, and Reiki concentrates on that system, and that system being balanced. And there's 7 main systems, and if you go into other energy healings, there's 12 and even more. I
Wow.
won't get into all of that, but
Wow.
but there's a lot of different healing modalities, but they all kind of intertwine like a web, and that's how I look at it. And it's just
Okay.
how different people are supposed to heal. I don't judge it at all. I was talking earlier with you guys that Reiki's kind of like a launch pad, right? A lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people start with Reiki, and they go off into their perspective paths from there. So I still teach Reiki when needed. I'm not out there like advertising constantly. I just let it organically happen. So I teach basically how to heal yourself. And that was a big thing for me being a medium, is Reiki really helped me to, if I needed to clear myself, if I'd been in a rough room, I call it, um, you know, or really traumatic, entity or whatever I've been working with, I can stop and clear and protect through my chakra system very quickly. Um, and I don't know if any of you are familiar, I'm sure you are, with the chakra system and what it
Mm-hmm.
actually entails. So your root chakra is down by your groin area, and that's red, and that connects you to your root, your ancestors. And then the next color is your orange, and that's where our will is. That's where our ideas form from. You talk about butterflies in your stomach when you have an idea or a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that chakra is all about. And then you have the next one is yellow, and that's where the ideas come to fruition or they flower. The heart chakra is your heart, and that's how we show and receive love. And then your throat chakra is how we communicate, right? I'll tell you, the things that are the most blocked that I find is the heart and throat chakra.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, yes, because people, they either block love or of receiving or giving, okay? or they don't want to speak their truth, right? I almost everyone's throat chakra is blocked.
Huh. Wow.
And it's funny, if you hear people a lot of times that clear their throat a lot when they're talking, that their throat chakra needs to be cleared. And
Wow.
then you have your ajna or your third eye, and then your crown. Your third eye is violet or purple, and
Right.
then your crown is white or gold.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same idea. It's breathing through. When I just envision the color, I actually have a geometrical shape associated with each chakra. You know, as you get higher and higher in those levels, and you can concentrate on that. I also use the breathing techniques that I've learned in other um, um, from other teachers, and incorporate that. Breath is very, very important. And as mediums, it's very important to do our psychic hygiene, and that's
Right.
part of it for me. Um, and I teach all my students that no matter what they're taking. If they take Reiki, I get more involved in it. But when I'm teaching them meditation and psychic energy work and psychic cleansing, I'm always working with the chakra system and, clearing them. I also work with the spine with my aromatherapy work, which also corresponds with the chakras.
Okay. Amy, you're going to think it's weird. I'm, psychic medium remote viewer. So the only chakras I have ever really dealt, I've never from below the belt. Never, I operate way up here. And
Mm-hmm.
so I've never paid attention to my chakras from like the navel down. Never. Never.
And a lot of people do, because from really from the heart up, I call that like your heart and your throat chakra is in the present, your ajna is in internal. I call
Right.
it my psychic window. I look
Right.
through my ajna out
Right.
for psychic viewing and things like that. And
Right.
then my crown is my connection to my divine.
Right.
My
Me
root
too.
is my connection to my ancestors. So
Okay.
guess what kind of work you need to do?
Yeah, I know, right? I'll be calling you.
Ancestor work.
As
What I have noticed while doing the energy healing, that
Hmm.
people, when I'm at the on the brain side, like the top chakra, they
Hmm.
are asking for more energy, and the stomach, they are asking for more energy.
Yes, that makes sense, because your will or your self-worth, those two things are located right there. So when they want more, there's because there's a lot of people with, self-assurance issues, self-image
yeah.
issues. So that's located in the orange and yellow chakras, about creativity, and the yellow is about it coming out or blooming. So I would work on the solar plexus, the yellow, with that, and that should help with that a lot.
Okay. So if someone is just beginning,
Hmm.
what do you recommend? Like a gifted person is just beginning to come into their gift. Where should they start? Should they start with Reiki,
I
learning?
I personally think so, but like these two gentlemen are here. It's where I interview everyone first,
Right.
because I might not be their best teacher. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we can toot our own horns, but is that going to do that person any good? No.
Right.
I've had people in my class that, I've said, okay, I'm going to refer you to another teacher. I think that would, you guys would, align better. And it doesn't bother me. It's up to them. But Reiki is, in my opinion, a launch pad into other modalities, and it opens you up and more comfortable with yourself, so you can accept your gifts, and then you can seek out other teachers that are, on with those gifts. So that's what I try to do, and I like to connect people with the right people that they need for their path. I might be with them for a short time or a long time. It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, because when I was doing all this, people are like, "What do you call what you're doing?" I said, "I don't have any name for it. I'm just doing it." So they said, "Oh, people won't understand. Why don't you go and get Reiki?" So I contacted a person and I said, "Hey, I am doing all these things, and I just want to be certified so I can say, hey, I'm a Reiki person."
Right.
So there'll be something to say about me. So then he said, "You know what? Come over. I'll take 3 days, and I'm sure in 3 days you will be in the second level." And
Yeah.
I went to India all the way from Mumbai and stayed
Wow.
close by. And he, in 3 days, whatever he taught me, everything was fine. And the last day, he said, "Hey, I have a knee problem. It's hurting me. Can you take that away?" And I was doing the surgery, cutting and pulling out. And then I'm doing it. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just keep doing it. It's going to work on it. And then suddenly I felt I pulled something. And right then he said, "You got it."
Yeah.
Wow.
So that, and then it was like the only thing with Reiki, which I cannot relate to, is exchange of energy.
Yeah, that's
That's
always
the only
been
thing I
a
felt.
sore subject because for me, I like to pass attunements in person. I
Say that again, Amy.
I said for me personally, as so master, just so you know, is just a teacher. I don't feel like I'm a master of anything, but master is just the title for teacher, and that's to be
Right.
able to pass attunements. And passing attunements, I feel need to be it's like a lineage passed down, and I feel that needs to be done in person. And that's just me and my personal belief. People do it
Mm-hmm.
online all the time. Um, I was lucky enough to, I still work with my Reiki master, and she handed over the teaching to me because she didn't want to teach anymore. She was retiring. But yeah, there's a lot of, and I feel for you, you found your healing modality. So, you know, I think that there's probably a different way that you could do that if you're not comfortable being certified in Reiki.
No, no. What I'm saying is change of, and they say that you have to take money, and
Oh,
which I don't feel like. It's like I haven't done anything. I have it, and people need it. Why should I just give it to them? And they said, "No, you have to take something." In this,
well,
yeah,
I understand the energy exchange, but I also understand your point too, because I'm that type of healer as well. If someone needs healing, I'm just going to do it. I don't expect money. But if when I had an office and people are making an appointment to, and they know that they're paying a fee for that, that's okay. But I'm not going to not give someone healing because they're not giving me money.
Right.
That's, you know what I mean? So I agree with
Yeah.
you with that.
yeah. But
It's
Um,
doing an energy exchange.
one thing I noticed was I was doing it at my temple. I just every Sunday I said, "I'll be there. Anyone who wants, come. Let me know that they are coming, and then I'll go." And people will book, but they never show up because they know it's free.
there's so
That
a
was the only.
science behind all of that. Like I've heard, other teachers say, when money is energy, so when it's almost giving you prestige if you're asking for a higher, fee. I don't. I get the philosophy of it, but it doesn't mean that
Mm-hmm.
I practice it.
Right.
Right.
So for me, I randomly heal people all the time and don't expect payment.
Right.
But that's part of giving,
Uh
giving
huh.
back. And I was discussing that with Mary, that there's a lot of things that I like to do charity work
Me
and give
too.
back because that's part
Yeah.
of it.
Well,
It's part of,
well,
of,
you'll be
of being a
rewarded in other
healer.
ways. Yeah.
And Reiki and all of the stuff you guys are doing is healing. I felt it from both of you.
Oh
Even
yeah.
through this, you can feel it and
Yeah.
see the energy. I see auras, so you guys' energies is so chill.
It is, isn't it?
um,
Oh my God, it's just like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, it's so chill, and I love that kind of energy. I belong to an ashram, so I was just up there last week, and I it just resets me. Just to be able to meditate twice a day and you know practice production on it's just beautiful practice.
Yeah, at times, charging that money, a token, is establish the value. They value you. Otherwise, it's
Y-
free. They don't care. Like he said, they'll make an
yes,
appointment. They won't show up.
right,
yeah.
right.
Even if they're
So
paying $5, even that to them, then they've paid something. They feel like now they have to get something back.
suggested donation is another good word
Yes.
to use,
Yeah,
Mhm.
because then if
I like it.
somebody can only pay $5 and somebody wants to give you $30, then they can set the bar. I do that a lot as well. I
Right.
also, when I had my office open for 7 years, I did a once a month Reiki share for free. So practitioners come in and people who want to receive healing, and it's all free, or love donation, and that love donation was given to a local charity. So those kinds
Yeah.
of things is what I would do with that. The aromatherapy sessions, of course, I charged for, for obvious reasons, but the Reiki, it's part of everything I do. If I'm working with you, I'm doing Reiki with you. So it's part, just like you two, it's part of what you do
Mhm.
um, as your healing modality.
Yeah, my
That's
neighbor's daughter is in LAPD. So I told her the other day, I said, hey, if you want, I can, for an hour a week, I can come over and all the officers or someone who needs it, I can give some energy healing.
Yeah.
And we haven't talked since, so I don't know what came of it.
wow.
I talked to a fire department person way back, and he I don't know, he never said anything. But this one, she said, "Yeah, first give it to me, and then I'll tell them." I said, "Okay." So it hasn't happened yet.
Well, well, maybe in your meditation, this is what I like to do. Is one of my manifestation practices. Is I practice seeing the way I want it to work out. So, for instance, if you're, say you, someone was looking to get a new job, you visualize yourself either getting the phone call or the email that you've been accepted for the position, and to go in the office. Just imagine it as if it's already happened,
Hmm.
Right.
as if it's here now.
Because everything
And
is energy.
yeah, the
You
energy,
are
the
energy,
universe will
everything
bring that
around
to
you is
you.
energy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I've done it many times. It's quite fascinating how it
Mhm.
works, almost right down to the detail.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll tell you one story. So I was I wear many hats. So I worked in a lab. I was a lab technician in a hospital, and I was just learning the Reiki and the aromatherapy, and I was doing that for my own self and my family because I had a lot of allergies to medicine. I, I couldn't take medicine, so I was learning alternative ways, and I'm working in a hospital in the lab. So I have a chemistry degree as well, and I had this weird sense that I'm like, wow, I picture myself in my own office and doing this work, but I have to pay the bills. I went to work the next day and they laid me off after being there for 2 years.
Mm.
The next day. And I was shocked, but I brought that on myself.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I opened my business after that. So,
Wow.
you know, if your intention is strong enough and there, that's how energy can work as well.
Right. Right. A lot of times I've contacted people and they'll say, "Oh, yeah, I'm glad you contacted me. I'm suffering from this, or this is what's happening." You know, and they're like, "How do you know?" I said, "I don't know. I felt like I need to reach out to you and hold you, kind of a thing, or guide you, or whatever you need." And it's most of the time it's distant. I mean, obviously there.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's all energy. We are in energy. Everything around us is nothing but
Everything is
energy.
energy, and it's like tuning into a radio station, right? If
Exactly.
we're
I was
all
gonna say
tuned
that.
into the same station, we're going to hear the same music or the same sounds or the same wavelength, right? There's
Right.
some souls that aren't on the same, and it's okay.
Yeah.
They're just on
Yes,
another
exactly.
station.
Right. That's a different topic.
Yeah.
As a session we can do on that
That's
one.
actually what I tell my. I said, hey, I have sent you the energy, and I've introduced you to you. If you are not healed, that means you are not doing your work.
Hmm.
It's not my fault that you are not doing
True.
This is true.
Wow. Wow.
Good session, Mary. Thanks. This is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, that's incredible. That's great. So Amy, so how can everybody get in touch with Amy? Okay.
Well, I'm on Facebook, so you can look me up by my name under both Main Medium and Amy Bregy, and I also have a website, Earth Energy with a Z, and you can look at all the things that I do. I'm also a certified firewalk instructor, so I do many things to help
Wow.
people find their path.
Wow. That's incredible, Amy. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I definitely want to get with you on what we were dealing with
Yes.
prior to try and figure that out, you know. But I want to take a picture of everybody here because I love your energy. And in the morning, I want to wake up and look at it, going, "Oh, I love this energy. I really do." And Rock, I'm going to be sending some people your way for the
anytime.
healing. Yeah, Vib, thank you so very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Jason's been terrific. You've
Yes.
been you've been manning the chat. And
Fine, yeah.
Egret, now who is Egret? Egret's new. Hey, Egret, I haven't seen you
I
here.
have
So anyway,
seen that.
yeah, Chantel. A lot of people love this. Kiri Carper said, "Definitely a gift, Rock. You've got the biggest gift." You
Hmm.
know. So Amy, you were talking about I needed to do some work on ancestors. You know, it's strange. I'm adopted.
Me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess you do need to work
Hmm.
on some ancestral
I
clearing. Woo!
already know two of 'em. I know some of them. But yeah, so but isn't that strange how I just operate from the heart
Yeah.
up? But do most psychic mediums do that?
Um, Not necessarily. I'm actually the other way around. I
Okay.
work in the underworld, but I work with ancestral, and if anyone, I guess you could call me a death doula. I cross
I
people over, so I work in the underworld a lot. It's not what people think what the underworld is. It's
right.
working with the ancestors and helping people cross over. Working. In the present moments right here, and then in the ethereal is working. I do that in dream time.
Okay.
I work in ethereal, but I'm not really aware of it. Like you're aware
Yeah.
of being in the ethereal realm,
Oh,
and that's why you can remote view
yeah.
in the present.
Right. Yeah, that's how I found Rock. Like, Rock, no, come on. Just leave that mountain. You can visit it another day. you know, so
That
yeah,
mountain sounds lovely.
Yeah.
right. It does. So was that horse. That beautiful. When I was meditating with Viv, all of a sudden I was having the hardest time. And then whammo, it's like, Scotty, beam me up. And there was this gorgeous green pasture. It was like a dream. And this white horse, long mane, white mane, just came galloping up and just stood there and looked at me, and it was
Good.
like pure love. Just
Yes. And
pure
Mary,
love.
next time you sit, do not expect that horse to show up again
Why
because nothing
not?
is permanent.
That could become a craving.
Right. You might be exactly choose to see that again. So it
Well,
may not
wouldn't you
be there.
agree the beauty is when there's nothing there?
Yes. It should be just
No.
stillness. That's
Okay.
when you reflect
You'll get,
in to your
yeah.
subconscious.
Okay.
Did you?
Well, me and animals, we go way back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. Did you all freeze? I just froze. I don't know. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so very much.
Well,
It was
thank
a
you.
pleasure
And
to meet all of you.
Yeah,
yeah,
thank
and so
you
we're
very
gonna
much,
have
Miss
you.
Jason.
We're gonna have you back on.
Yeah.
Okay. So and Amy, I'll be in touch.
All right, great.
Yay.
Should we do a shameless plug for your spray, Mary? Money.
Oh, I guess. Okay. A word from our sponsor.
Word from our
Would be
sponsor.
me.
That's
That's
you.
me.
Have you been around negative people or in a negative environment? Frankie and Lord's Apothecary Cleanser Spray is a must. Just one spray to make the negativity go away. Available at marythemedium.com.
And then
Okay.
we have
And we
one
got
more
one more.
one more.
Especially now with
Not
blue.
me. Not
Not
me. This
her. It's
is
And
not
this
her.
is
that
Not
spray
her.
is really good.
Yep.
Look,
And then
Me love Italian street bread. It's a good. Go to italianstreetbread.com and order use some today. Capiche?
that is really good focaccia. That I mean, I sat there. She sent me some. Yulia sent me some, and I mean, talking a real Italian from Venice. It's in the States, and she makes this stuff. And she sent me a sun dried tomato loaf focaccia. I ate the whole thing.
Oh no.
And of course, my boss asked me the next day, "So, did you lose any weight?" And I'm thinking, "Nope."
nope.
Yeah, but it's really good stuff, guys. So order some focaccia today. ItalianStreetBreads.com. So anyway, thanks, guys. Thank you so
thank you.
Thank
much.
you,
You.
everyone.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Looking forward to being in touch, and you know I will.
We
All
will
right.
be happy.
Okay.
And
Blessings.
thanks everyone for joining us in the audience. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
You guys
you.
are
Thank
amazing.
you.
Oh,
Bye.
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 hold on, guys.